everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are back in my kitchen. If you watched my video from last week, you should go ahead and watch that. But for today we're going to spend the day in the kitchen with me. On the menu right now, I'm going to do a homemade granola. I'm going to do Oatmeal Energy Protein Bites, and I'm also going to do the viral TikTok Baked Feta Pasta recipe. So stay tuned, we're in for some good stuff here. And the first one we're gonna do is the granola. I already have my oven set at 350. It'll bake for about 21 to 24 minutes, depending on your oven and how well done you like your oatmeal. So let me show you what we have and we'll get started. Okay, so here we have 4 cups of gluten-free oatmeal. I have a 1.5 cups of mixed nuts and seeds. I use sesame seed, pistachio, almonds, walnuts, and just roughly chop them. In here I have half a teaspoon of cinnamon and a teaspoon of sea salt. Here we have coconut chips and cacao nibs. I also have some vanilla extract. We're going to use some maple syrup. You can use honey in this. I like the maple syrup. Right over here we have melted coconut oil. And I'm going to list everything in the description box as far as recipes. So be sure to check down there. If you're unsure how to get to the description box, all you need to do if you're on a mobile device, just click below the video. You can just click on the title and it should drop down and open the description box. If you are on a laptop or desktop, you just need to click on show more. Okay, so let's get started and I'll show you the process. Okay, so we're going to start first with the 4 cups of oatmeal, and to that we're going to add, not oatmeal, but oats, apologies. We're going to add our nuts and seeds. This is just a basic dump and go. We're going to add our salt and cinnamon, and we will add our melted coconut oil. And then last but not least, we're going to take our 1/2 cup of maple syrup and just mix that all together. And clearly, if you like a little bit more of a different flavor, maybe you want to use the honey instead of the maple syrup, by all means that works just as well. I just happen to have the maple syrup and I do like it a little bit better in this recipe. So okay, so it looks like everything is mixed together very nicely. I'm going to go ahead and take my baking sheet and just bring it closer here and just pour it into the pan, and I'll be back to show you what it looks like before it goes in the oven. Okay, so we're back. After I mixed it, I laid it out in a baking sheet with, I lined it with parchment paper and I packed it in as tightly as I could. Clearly I could have used a smaller pan. The one thing I wanted to add is I didn't show adding the vanilla extract, but I did put that in off camera. So now we're going to go ahead, pop it in the oven for, like I said, about 21-24 minutes. However, I will show you pulling it out about halfway through so that I can add in the coconut chips and the cacao nibs. Okay, so we're back after about 12 minutes in the oven. I'm going to break it up and then I'll add in the coconut chips and the cacao nibs. So just kind of move it around a little bit. I'll store it in like a mason jar in the refrigerator, and it keeps, you know, for quite some time. So just gonna stir all of that in there and then I'll lay it out flat again. Okay, I'll continue to do this, and like I said, I'll put it back in the oven for 11 to 12 minutes. We'll come back. After that time, I'll show you what it looks like and how I store it. Okay, so now we're back getting ready to make the Oatmeal Energy Bites. So we have here a cup of oats. We have 1/3 cup of maple syrup, 1/2 cup of peanut butter. This is natural peanut butter, but whatever you have on hand. We have about a half a cup of flaxseed, and this is a flaxseed powder, and it's like a mix of chia and flaxseed powder, which offers some good omega-3 fatty acids and good source of fiber. So I just like to add that in there just to give it a little bit more healthier aspect to it. Then we also have a half a cup of chocolate chip morsels, because who doesn't like that? These happen to be dark chocolate. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and just mix this all together. Once that's done, I'm going to pop it in the refrigerator for about probably like a half hour or so. So I'm going to add the flaxseed powder. And you know, you can use any type of variation. I mean, there's certainly a dozen things that you can add to this, you know, make it your own. This is just what I like. I do feel like I'm getting a little bit of a healthier with the oats and the chia and flaxseed powder. Okay, I'm going to take this and put it in the refrigerator for, like I said, for about a half hour. By that time, the granola will probably be ready to come out of the oven. I'll take it out, I'll let that cool, and I'll move along from there. Okay everyone, we're back. I took out the energy bites. I'm going to form them into balls. Now I do have this, and sometimes I'll use this, but I found that it's a little too big. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and roll them on my own. And I will put these back in the refrigerator just to harden them up a little bit, and then I'll store them in the refrigerator as well. Okay everyone, so I finished rolling them. Clearly towards the end I think they had softened up a little too much, so they weren't as easy to work with. So I am going to put them in the refrigerator so that they do, like I said, firm up, and it may not look so pretty, but I promise you they're delicious. Okay, so we're back here getting ready to make the TikTok viral baked feta pasta recipe. So I have some olive oil. I've got 2 pints of grape tomatoes. I have some white rice pasta. I'll probably only use about, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 ounces of the pasta. I have some basil, feta, some pepper, some garlic. Recipe does call for salt, but I feel as if the feta is too salty, so I'm not going to add any. I will also sprinkle on some crushed red pepper right here. Okay, so first we're going to take some olive oil and run it through the grape tomatoes and massage that around. And I'll take some pepper. So I'm going to put this in the pan, and then I'm going to take the feta and you're going to put it right in the center. I already have my oven set at 400. Okay, so now I'm going to pop this in the oven for 30 minutes. In the meantime, I have some water boiling. I'll put the pasta in as I near, you know, probably the last 15 minutes, and then I'll mix it all together and we'll give you the final product. Okay guys, so here we are. I just took it out of the oven after 30 minutes. It's starting to blister a little bit here and there. I'm just going to take this spoon and just kind of move it around a little bit. I don't want to interrupt the cheese so much, but now I'm going to put it back in the oven at 450 for 10 to 15 minutes. I just took it out of the oven. So now what we're going to do is we're going to smush down the tomatoes. I have my pasta cooking, and I wanted to share with you earlier, I'm using a gluten-free spaghetti. Generally, this is done using a much smaller pasta, maybe like a rigatoni, a penne, something along those lines. Look at that sauce. But I just have the spaghetti, so that's what I'm going to use. And just so you know, when you add the pasta, it probably will soak up some of the moisture. So the key here is to save some of the pasta water, and that you'll be able to add in here just to give it a little bit more of a creamier texture and make it more sauce-like. I'm going to have everything listed in the description box, all the recipes, including this one. So that would be the homemade granola, the Oatmeal Energy Bites, as well as this baked feta dish. I'm sure it was a little hard to follow along as I was making each of them, but like I said, I'll be able to list everything for you. I have my pasta water sitting right over here. Okay, I'm just adding another couple of tablespoons of pasta water just to ensure that we have that creamy texture that we were looking for. Here's what it's looking like so far. It looks delicious, but it smells even more delicious than it looks. So I'm going to make some spinach and some shrimp with this. Once all that's done, I'll come back and I'll show you how I plate it. Okay everyone, I'm back. I just wanted to show you the final products. Here is how the energy balls look. I'm just going to store this in the refrigerator. Once I put the lid on it, put it in the refrigerator, and they'll keep for quite a few days. I don't know exactly how long because it never lasts, so there's that. Then I have the homemade granola. Put it in the mason jar like I talked about earlier, and that'll keep for quite some time also. And then the final product is my dinner, the pasta, spinach, and shrimp. It smells amazing. It looks even better. Looking forward to eating that. Just want to thank you for spending the day in the kitchen with me. I know it's not as, you know, I keep saying that, aesthetically pleasing. I'm trying my best just with setup and stuff. Thanks for spending the day in the kitchen with me. Let me know if you decide to try any of these recipes. Like I said, it'll all be listed in the description box below. Would love to hear what other video ideas you would like to see. Love making them for you, but I need ideas. I need some other content. I'd love for you to share with me what you would like to see going forward. Do you like the recipes and cooking, or would you rather just beauty, or all? And hopefully it is all of them. Thank you again. Please hit the subscribe button, the like, and the post notification. Until next time, bye.